This is a story that will have clear ramifications on American politics. Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States of America, has been convicted for falsifying documents to cover up a payment that he made to buy the silence of porn star Stormy Daniels just ahead of the 2016 presidential elections. And our next report tells you as to how this verdict has plunged the United States into some pretty uncharted territory ahead of the presidential elections on the 5th of November. Take a look.
Donald Trump is the first US president to be convicted of a crime. One of the world's most powerful men tripped by an adult film star, convicted for lying about the hush money he paid her to keep quiet about what she calls an uninspiring tryst. But the former US president continues to maintain that he is innocent.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
Love him or hate him, but most Americans will agree that in the 2.5 centuries since their republic was founded, there has never been a president quite like Trump.
I feel very sad for America. I feel very sad for America because this is the man who's fighting for America. This is the man who's fighting for America. He tried to save America.
Trump has been committing crimes his whole life, and it wasn't until recently that it finally caught up with him. He's been found liable in 2 civil cases, but this is the first time he's been found guilty on a criminal case. So it's very exciting, finally. We've been waiting for so long.
The trial involved charges that Trump falsified business records to cover up a hush money payment to Stormy Daniels, the adult film actor who said she had sex with Trump in 2006. Trump is expected to appeal the verdict and will face an awkward dynamic as he returns to the campaign trail tagged with convictions. The conviction and even imprisonment will, however, not bar Trump from continuing his pursuit of the White House.
The 2024 election was going to be very close, and what that means is that nearly anything could be pivotal, could change just enough votes to make a difference in the outcome. And something like this, these 34 convictions, this could be the thing that is pivotal in this election that we think is going to be extremely close.
Trump will be sentenced on July 11th. The case is, however, regarded as the least consequential of the 4 criminal prosecutions that still await Trump. Bureau Report WION, World is One.
All right, now to give us more perspective on this and as to how the Republicans, of course, see this conviction, we're being joined by Ms. Jennifer Ewing, who is joining us live from London. She's, of course, the spokesperson for the Republicans overseas. Now, Ms. Ewing, thank you very much indeed for making time out and speaking to us here in WION. Now, this is a question that people from around the world want to perhaps know an answer for. How does the Republican camp view the fact that their top contender, Donald Trump, has been convicted in this case, and going forward, how does it impact his election campaign?
Sure. So the question is, we won't know until, or the answer rather, until November 5th. However, if you're asking from the Republican side, recently they had a poll before the conviction came out. It was a couple days before, asking would a guilty conviction in the Manhattan trial, the one we saw yesterday, change the way you vote? And 67% of the people said no, it would not. It's definitely not going to change the way Trump's supporters vote. And indeed, it most likely will not change the way Republicans vote. And the Democrats were not going to vote for him anyway. So what we're looking at is those independents. And a lot of people just assume that this will hurt Trump, but actually it could help him, because what's at stake here is we've moved beyond this being anything about a bookkeeping record from pre-2016 that was just dragged out, years later after
Right.
Trump decided he was running for president. And what's really at stake here is the American judicial system. As your report earlier said, during our entire history, we don't prosecute political opponents. And that's what's going on here.
It's
I mean,
interesting that
this
you
is-
mentioned that you say that we don't prosecute political opponents. Now, Donald Trump, as soon as that verdict was run out, he came out and said that this is a rigged verdict. And he said that the real verdict will be given by the American people on the 5th of November. Is he now trying to paint himself as a victim of a political witch hunt, where the judicial system in the United States of America is being used against him to put him at a disadvantage? Is this going to be a strategy for going forward?
Absolutely. And, that's actually been what he's saying. You use the word witch hunt and political persecution. And that's absolutely the language and the words that he's been using for, the last year since these indictments started to come out. And again, I'll remind everybody that these 4 big indictments and the charges didn't come out until after Trump said he was running for re-election in 2024. So this is not them going after him as the former president. It's going after him as Joe Biden's top political opponent.
Right.
And that is not something we do. It's a very, very dangerous, slippery slope.
All right. It will be very interesting as to how things pan out from here. Thank you very much indeed, Ms. Jennifer Ewing,
You're
for joining
welcome.
us from London and getting us that perspective there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.